So could you please give us a brief introduction about yourself first?
Okay, this is Sriharsha from Hyderabad. I have graduated from computer science in NIT Kurukshetra 2020. So I have been working as an associate software engineer in Lowe, India from the past 1 year. So I have joined the company last year as a result of campus placement. So I have joined on July 2020 and I have been working there since 1 year.
Okay, so could you please even give us an introduction about the company you're currently working on?
So yeah, the company name is Lowe India. So it is a retail company which sells, which primarily focuses on home improvement products. So there are some other companies which are into retail space, but specifically you can think about Home Depot. So it is also a e-commerce company which sells, which is more into home improvement. So uh, it is primarily located in US and Canada. So we have 2,200 stores in US and Canada. Yeah, in Bangalore, yeah, there is a tech hub in Bangalore, Lowe's Tech Hub. So we primarily work on Lowe's.com website or Lowe's Canada, or there are different domains. We manage different domains of e-commerce applications and the mobile apps as well, Android and iOS apps. Of course. Yeah. Lowe's digital, basically. You can conclude it as, yeah.
Okay, so give us a brief knowledge about your job profile and the skills that are needed for developing this.
Okay, so yep. So basically, I work in backend. Uh, Basically, our work is to develop the data loader processes or microservices. So as we follow microservice architecture now in the e-commerce space, so we have been working on various microservice applications related to ratings and reviews and pricing and promotion and collections in Lowe's.com. So the primary skills needed for the job role is Java with the Spring framework, and you need to be uh, familiar with different kind of databases, like they are relational or non-relational. And yeah, we deploy our applications on GCP, and we avail GCP services in order to integrate and deploy our applications. So we follow agile technology, so which is followed in most of the product based companies, that is continuous integration and continuous deployment practices. So yeah, that's a bit
So,
of introduction. Yeah, and one more thing is that, like, as we have been hired from the campus, so we have undergone like 2 years or 2 months of training at the beginning. Like I have already said that I have joined Lowe's last year July. So in the months of July and August, we undergone training, and after that, we have been randomly allocated the different teams in Lowe's.com. So yeah, over there I have got more exposure towards the technologies with a basic knowledge. Yeah.
okay, so any tips and resources that you want to give as an advice for our audience?
Okay. So yeah, basically, when it comes to software engineering interview, or more commonly as an umbrella term, you can call it as an IT interview. So you know about the written rounds, right? There will be like more emphasis on the programming related questions. You will be facing DP, graph, or trees related questions, basically. Or sometimes, if you are lucky, then you might be facing array manipulation, bit manipulation, or string manipulation questions as well. And the general aptitude ones, and the core questions related to web engineering, operating systems, computer networking, and databases. So there is no need to tell much about that written round, because this is the standard pattern that every IT interview follows. But during the during the job interview phase, once you clear the written round, I just want to share my insights on that, like the insights based on my years of experience I have gathered about the in job interview. So there are two parts for an interview. First one is intellect, second one is knowledge. So these are not absolute, these are relative. Like when you are using your intellect, you might be using a bit of knowledge, and it goes vice versa. So when it comes to intellect part of the interview, mostly the interviewer will be emphasizing on the data structure and algorithms related questions. So they will be asking you various kind of puzzles or kind of things. Like they will ask you to to come up a solution for a particular scenario using data structure and algorithm methods. And the second one is knowledge. So knowledge means like there are like plethora of technologies in IT. Like different companies will use different tech stack, and based on your job role or based on the use cases, you will be using different kind of technologies. But as before getting into the job there, you need to be familiar with some kind of technologies. Suppose for backend, like you might learn Python or Java or C sharp or anything. Just pick a technology and you can learn about it, and you can come up with some projects in data science and machine learning and full stack applications like that. If you spend more time on it, if you spend more time on learning a technology and developing something out of it, then that is called as your knowledge. So the one who balances intellect and knowledge with both hands has a higher chance of like cracking the interview. Yes. And yeah, so there is no specific set of technology that you need to learn, but yeah, you need to be exposed to the streamline, like developing a front end part of it and developing a back end part of it, and having a knowledge on database, so that if you develop a full stack application, then yeah, that insights will help you. Even though the technology varies, the core logic inside it will remain same, and you will have the quicker adaptability and higher chances of getting selected.
Okay. So as you said, it was a campus placement. So how was the question and answer process handled during an interview?
Yeah. So basically, when it comes to campus placement, so here we are like a bit of privileged in order to study in that premier institutes like IIT and NIT. So we get to expose to different kind of leading tech companies like Amazon, Flipkart, Goldman Sachs, and Lowe's in that matter. And the list goes on. Like there are like a lot of companies. So basically during our interview there will be different candidates will get exposed to different kind of questions. Like basically some companies might be only interested in coding questions. So for example, if you consider the interview with Flipkart, then they have the set of coding questions, and they have split the coding questions among different interview candidates. But whereas it comes to Lowe's, then some people face the coding questions, or some people might face some, I said, knowledge related questions related to technology. So yeah, it will be different for different. For me, if you consider, they have asked mostly of that knowledge related questions related to web engineering or databases or Java or something.
Okay. So what has been your experience as working in this company?
Yep, working in this company, it is a good experience actually. Lowe's always follows the cutting edge technologies. So if it comes like, if some option is better than what we are currently following, then it has the quicker adaptability, and we continuously like try to improve our status quo with our with different following the different technologies. So yeah, it is kind of good experience, and as this is the first company, I've got a lot of industry exposure. And like at the beginning of the job, I just had the logic inside me, but I haven't been refined in any of the technologies. Like I but yeah, the adapt the like guidance I got, and the comfort I have felt in that, like I have got an opportunity to work on different things and to fine tune that logic, and get refined in the technologies we use, like just learn more about the technologies we use, like the industry related. And it kind of gave me a confidence that, like, yeah, I can work anywhere. Like I can work on in any company, in any tech stack. I just need some time to get adapted to it, and once I get adapted to it, yeah, then I will be good. Yeah. So that is actually so important. The first company is always plays an important role, because from there you will be getting the impression of the industry, like how it is.
All right. So like anything interesting that happened during the preparation of this skill, or that you want to share with us?
Yeah. So yep. So preparation is like there is a good coding culture in NIT Kurukshetra, so that helped like by seeing your classmates, so different kind of contests. So you will also be interested. You will also enroll in a competitive programming platform, and you will keep on solving questions and getting better at it as you practice. And the general like I used to take core subjects also pretty seriously, so it has helped me to gather knowledge, computer science core knowledge. So it is like some students might be focusing on competitive programming, and they will be taking semester subjects a bit of like they will not, that will not be their first priority, but I would say that like do both. Like you always have time to do both, yeah. So you can do that. So that process was like a bit of natural. Like I've been gaining knowledge on computer science core subjects throughout my semesters and competitive programming as well. So clearing the test and giving the interview, like it just happened in a group. Like we have a group of friends, and we will do, and someone will get placed in one company and someone will get placed in other company, like that. But yeah, if you are going through offline, then there are some certain steps, like certain steps in the preparation that you need to follow, because offline interviews are like 5 times greater, 5 times tougher to crack than online interviews. So most of the, yeah, so people like sometimes send their resume. I think they will send resume to each and every person in the LinkedIn, like who is software engineers, for just guidance or for a review purpose. So I have seen like a lot of resumes. So most of them are like data science or machine learning related. Everyone will send their resume, and if you go to the project section, then there will be something, some data science project or machine learning project. Of course, yeah, data science, machine learning, artificial intelligence are the future. But I think during the offline interview, like balancing knowledge and intellect, as I said. And apart from that, you need to bring much more variety to your resume. So you should not like, okay, so if there is a project section or the works which you have been worked on, like the first one will be machine learning, if you get the second one also machine learning, or third one also machine learning. So even if you are more inclined towards machine learning or data science, then also you need to have that variety. Like you can go to, like you can explore some cloud related technologies and see in what are the machine learning or data science services that this GCP has been offering or AWS has been offering. And you can gather your knowledge and form a booklet on it, and then just say that I have done this and this. So yeah, if you have that variety, then it always helps, because yeah, you never know in which technology you work. You will be a full stack developer or a data science analyst. Yeah, you might be knowing if you are applying for that job profile, but yeah, variety always helps.
Okay. So, lastly, I would like to ask you one question. Do you want to give any advice to our future aspirants?
Yep. So there is no defined template. There is no defined template to crack a interview, whether it might be a coding interview or software IT interview in general. But there are some common things which helps the students to crack the interviews. The first one is programming. So basically there will be students from different fields. Some might be knowing JavaScript, some might be knowing knowing the backend stuff of it, or some might be knowing Python or Java, all these stuff, different kind of technologies. But if you want to be tested on common ground, if you want to be tested on common ground, everyone will focus on programming. Everyone will assess you based on your programming skills. And if you want to get tested, like if the candidate's intellect has to be tested, then there is no other way than competitive programming here. So always keep improving yourself in programming. Just pick a platform and solve questions and participate in contests. And the second thing is that, yeah, as I said, bring variety into your resume. There is no need to learn all the technologies, there is no need to learn all the languages, but pick any of the languages, try to develop the applications in it, and try to get exposed to those like subset of technologies that you want to work with, and that you have learned. Yeah, so this helps. Yeah, balance these two, and you can give the interview of any company, everything is same. If you just do these two things, then you will be in a happier space. Yeah, you will be getting into product good product based companies, decent product based companies.
All right. So that is it. Thank you so much for sharing your experiences and thoughts with us. It was lovely having you. Thank you so much for your time. All right.